This is a $1,000,000 question, a mindful question, which we often ask our inner self. Are we doing the right thing? Are we here for a purpose? Do we come here together to do something more meaningful? Or do we just sit back and relax in front of our TV? Do we have to do something for someone in life, or we're just content with what we are doing? There are scenarios where we feel comfortable with the things that are happening around us. And sometimes we feel a little hesitant to take that small step in front. Taking baby steps is not bad, but sometimes we are afraid of it. We are afraid to take that first step, just as our little kids are afraid to stand on their feet. When they're small, the first thing the child does is standing on the feet and walking. We as mothers clap, we as mothers cheer up. And if he or she, the baby, is not doing that first step, we are scared. What is happening? Other kids are doing, why is my kid not doing? Does it reflect to some of the mothers in the room? I can see some mothers smiling, reflecting. It's very normal. We are human beings, we live in a society. And in a society, it's very normal that we compare. But comparison to a certain extent is good. But if we compare and keep comparing again and again for different scenarios, then it becomes too much. I'm here standing before you, taking that plunge that yes, to be. I chose to be what I am here because I'm accountable for what I chose. I'm responsible for what I chose. And having said that, it was not easy. It was not coming for a girl from India to this beautiful country which is shown so well in our Bollywood movies. A place to live, a place to dream. But it's a movie. And movies are something that make us go away from reality. ChatGPT or things like AI are something that should be making things comfortable and easy for us. Not that we become lazy. Not that we take it for granted. My journey in this country was a roller coaster of emotions, ups and downs, smiles, and sometimes tears as well. Because coming from India, which is a very warm country, people just jump into you. People are just looking forward to have gatherings, to have fun. You know, I can see some of you in the room are thinking how it is. The country that is cold. Bonjour, bonjour, and I was like, oh my God, everyone is so welcoming. They want to talk to you. But after a period of time, it was comma and full stop. So as a woman in a foreign country, as a migrant woman, it was very important for me to take that plunge because I had chosen to come here. I had chosen to be in this country. So of course, I had to take that first step to integrate in the society. Women, men, and also some children who were like me, struggling in this country. I thought of creating a network where we can just mix, where we can just talk and have our hearts out, celebrate whatever it is, but do something meaningful, do something constructive that makes us feel happy. And that's how my Indo-Swiss Cultural Network was born. A cultural network where we just celebrate each other, celebrate the festivities, celebrate women, men, countries, whatever is big, whatever is nice, we need to celebrate. And at the same time, as an educator, it was not easy doing these things because we have our own protocols as well. What you can share and what you can't share. So there were certain things which worked very well in terms of sharing. You know, I always, like as Rajiv was saying, I'm not afraid to share my achievements. I'm not afraid to talk about myself because we are our biggest cheerleader. If I am not proud of what I am doing, will others be proud of me? It's a question mark. Celebrating cultures, whether it's celebrating people, or whether it is also celebrating people who are not comfortable speaking. I always try to push those kind of students more who are the quieter sides, who sit in a corner and don't move around, who don't say a word. They understand everything, but they're hesitant to take that first step. And that's how my Ray Academy Swiss was born. And COVID came as a game changer for some people. It was bad, it was not a very good experience, but even in that worst case scenario, sometimes you have a ray of light. And I wrote my very first book during that time, which became like a helpline to more and more people like me and you who were afraid to speak on Zoom, who were afraid to sit in front of that box and keep staring. Am I visible? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Things like that. So it's very important. And it was, by the way, just an accident that I became an author. I never thought I'm going to take that plunge. But because we all were struggling how to be comfortable on a virtual learning environment, so the notes that I was taking with other professors, what was good for you, what is happening okay with you, we started sharing on different platforms, and what worked best, we shared it with each other. And one of my co-professors said, you're always sharing things, you're always sharing on Teams, you're always sharing on Google Classrooms. Why don't you just publish it? Why don't you put it somewhere? And I was like, really, can I do that? And they said, yes, you should. So it's always seen, whenever you are making that first move, you're always afraid. But once you do it, once you know that you have your sisters back, or you have the support of your family, it becomes easy.